What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the UTEP Dynasty in the All-Texas Conference. Last episode, we had a great chance to bounce back on the road against some weaker teams like UTSA and Rice in the All-Texas Conference after playing a juggernaut on the road in the conference at Texas A&M. They destroyed us 39-0. We couldn't score a single point. UTSA had us sweating. They went for it late in the fourth quarter instead of just tying the game up going to overtime. They don't get it. David Babcock with the tackle on the two-point try, and then he has a pick six against Rice to make it a blowout. This true freshman linebacker is a true superstar in the making, and so is the quarterback, true freshman Paul Schofield. He balled out against Rice, and now we have a great opportunity to beat SMU, a number 7 ranked team in the country. They're 10-1 on the season. If we win this game, we will go to the All-Texas Conference Championship. It's all come down to this. SMU's only loss on the season is at Texas. They have been a juggernaut on offense all year long. Holy hell. Look at this game against Texas State, though. On the road, 63-61, they win it. Every game, it looks like their defense is keeping them in shootouts. So maybe we have a chance for this upset. Last week, SMU played at Houston, and Kevin Jennings threw for 358 yards, 4 touchdowns, and had 70% completion percentage. This is a true Heisman candidate. They ended up winning this game 38-24. He also knows how to get his playmakers the ball. Jalen Cooper, 10 catches, 166 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Yamir Knight, 9 catches, 104 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Looking at SMU's roster, what I notice is the defense is definitely lacking compared to the offense. They obviously have Kevin Jennings, who is always a Heisman candidate in this game, one of the best quarterbacks to play with, 92 speed, every ability you can think of, and he's third in Heisman voting right now late in the season, 94 overall. You can see they have a really good tackle, so he's going to be protected, have time in the pocket. Yamir Knight, their best wide receiver, 90 speed. TJ Harden, an 87 speed running back, but 90 overall. Another wide receiver, Jalen Cooper, 92 speed. So you can just see they are loaded on offense. But defensively, they only have one really good linebacker, their captain, DJ Arkansas. And they have another good linebacker, and then you can go down the edge rusher, DJ Warner, and he has gold quick jump. SMU is depleted at both interiors of their lines. So that means the trenches is a huge factor in this game. How do we do after playing at Texas A&M and just getting shedded on basically every play? Paul Schofield had no time. He threw 4 picks. How do we do against the depleted SMU front four and their offensive line? I always talk about how good our secondary is with all these transfers. Coy Parrish, Ashton Stamps, Brian Nelson II, Charles Lester III. It's time to see how they play against the number 3 offense, points per game wise, in the nation. And I have been playing every snap so far this season, and we are a top 10 team in the nation when it comes to defense. So hopefully our secondary can be the reason we have a chance in this game. While SMU's offense is head and shoulders above the rest in the All-Texas Conference this year, defensively, they're middle of the pack. How can we do with our true freshman quarterback on the road? I want to see after he shit the bed against A&M. It's just that simple. Kevin Jennings is no doubt the best quarterback we've played in the Dynasty so far. We didn't have to play him last year because we ended up simming that game. We didn't play year 1 all the snaps like we are this year in year 2. Kevin Jennings has basically 90 everything. No, not basically. He does. He can even get quicker. Can you believe that? This is his final season. He's a Heisman candidate. I really am curious to see how he plays on the field because we've played pretty good defensively this year. Really quickly before we hop into the game against SMU, I do want to mention, and I've mentioned it before, Martin Johnson, our true freshman wide receiver that has elite dev and is a gadget wide receiver. I've never had that before in the Dynasty, especially an elite dev. I didn't know how to utilize him, but I figured that out, and we are going to start doing that going forward. I don't want to spoil it, so we'll just hop into the game, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is a huge road test at SMU, a top 10 team in the country with a Heisman candidate at quarterback. How will this young team respond after getting spanked at A&M earlier in the season and all the doubters saying they can't face a real team on the road? We're doing the Penn State playbook, and George Awasika, who's coming into his own, another true freshman wide receiver, but the Penn State playbook is for Martin Johnson, the gadget wide receiver who has elite dev. We're going to try to put him in the backfield, put him in the Wildcat at quarterback, just see how we can really utilize him here on the road after our offense really didn't do anything at A&M. And right there in the open field, true freshman Jose Kim couldn't do much. And his deal breaker seems to have been met now, which is nice. I'm glad that we caught that because we obviously want him. This is going to be a sack early on in this game, and that's a drive killer. DJ Warner, we talked about him, gold quick jump. And maybe coming out in the second drive, we can look into the Wildcat, look more into Martin Johnson moving around. We just wanted to try the vanilla Penn State playbook to start. But it looks like a drive killer and everything else we got going on. We're going to have to try different things here, man. Just not going to be easy. Martin Johnson with a catch, breaks the tackle, gives us a little space here to at least punt, but that's not a great start to this game, huh? Once again, the offense does nothing on the road, and that's scary, but a great hit. Tariq Watson is a special teams machine. Kevin Jennings also had a rushing touchdown. I forgot to mention that. So the 4 touchdowns through the air, 356 yards, and then a rushing touchdown as well. He's just the perfect quarterback, and I'm excited to see how we play against him. Truly. 1st and 10 to start this game. And we got pressure. We sacked the Heisman candidate, Kevin Jennings. Ecal Taylor, easily our best pass rusher this season. 2nd and 15 now, SMU trying to get something started early. And another chance to get the football. This time, Ashton Coker with the sack and a fumble as well, but they get the ball back. SMU falls on it. That was a close one. It is now 3rd and 23. We're going to play off coverage, make sure they don't get behind us. That is the worst thing that could happen, but Babcock comes up and makes the play. I can't believe that. David Babcock is incredible. David Babcock truly is one of one in my opinion. He can do everything. He's hard-hitting, can cover, can play the run. We had to call a timeout because we were trying to pick a play. It took forever. But we're going to try Martin Johnson in different spots, hopefully, in the offense. And that's just amazing. SMU gets a hand on it. Sergio Manuel, the defensive tackle. It's going to be Martin Johnson, and they have no chance. It is a loss of 1. This is awful. Going to go Wildcat here. Maybe it just throws them off. In Wildcat, you just go gadget at QB at the bottom there, and now we might have a chance. You never know. You can't hot route, which sucks. So we're looking at Awasika, and he's open. That's a catch! Martin Johnson dots up! That's Martin Johnson back there at quarterback, the elite dev wide receiver. And that's why you have a gadget wide receiver. He has good passing stats. It's going to be a counter run here. And he has space! Martin Johnson in the Wildcat looks amazing. Okay, this could be a little ace up our sleeve. Double coverage on George Awasika. It looks like, man, Martin Johnson might have a good route here underneath, and he does. He catches it. Martin Johnson might be the superstar of this game now. I like this bunch formation here. And we're trying to run the ball. Kenyon Clay with space. The senior transfer from Arkansas State. And they're actually going a very weird look. Safeties deep. And Jose Kim just cannot get the edge. 2nd and 13. We're just trying to get points on the board here early in this game. They're blitzing off the corner. Awasika on the crosser. He breaks a tackle. Jukes inside. Making everyone miss. Down to the 1. George Awasika showing off why he is one of the best receivers in the All-Texas Conference. I truly think if George Awasika can have the offseason I think he will, even though he's only impact dev, he has all the potential in the world. He doesn't have hands right now, but look what he does with the ball in his hands and his frame at 6'5". He can do it all. How is he doing this? He's almost in, breaking like 5 tackles down at the 1. I'm so excited for the offseason. This team has so much potential. If this is what they are as true freshmen, just imagine 2 years from now. And now we're at the 1. We're looking at a mesh concept where Jaylen Brown comes in on a motion. I actually really like this Penn State playbook. It looks nice. Jaylen Brown, touchdown. Let's go. 7 right there. Paul Schofield with the touchdown pass on the road. Finally. 2nd and 6 now. They're going on the crosser. I thought against my user, but they don't. They go out in the flat there. Kevin Jennings making good reads. It's 3rd and manageable. Only 3rd and 1. Very manageable. We're going to go blitz again. Cover 0. Underneath. And they're going RPO. Stamps. Can he get the pick? He can't. But he absolutely cages his man. We are going to miss some of these senior DBs. There's no doubt about it. We talked about Jalen Cooper and how good he was last week for SMU. 10 catches, 166 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's absolutely bagged here in press man. No chance. Going to try to get Martin Johnson the ball in the backfield here. Let's see what happens. Inside zone. Not great. Not great there. Hard hit. Only 2-yard gain. He's still in the backfield, and he's going to have a choice route. I like this. See what he picks. Just sits down, and it's overthrown and intercepted. Paul Schofield. What the hell, man? Paul Schofield out here looking like Arch Manning. Wow, this is a bad miss. You just cannot miss that throw, man. Paul Schofield is showing the haters exactly what they want to see, all the hate watchers. They've said he can't do much against big schools, and he had the touchdown pass, and I was excited. That miss was so egregious. Such a routine play to make. And if you can't make the routine ones, it's not looking good for us. SMU driving now. Paul Schofield really screwed us with that interception. That was such a give me. And Kevin Jennings is fast. We got to make him fumble. He's small. It's a gain of 4 on 1st down after the interception. It's now 2nd and 6. We're going to make sure to make the read key conservative when we can so that Kevin Jennings on the read option doesn't destroy us. Great tackle there by Brian Nelson II. Looks like no one's going middle here. Oh my God, he did the perfect pass! I cannot believe he tested the user there. I thought it was a pick for sure. I was holding my breath because I thought he threw a pick. But instead, it's going to be a touchdown for SMU. Maybe not. Great play there. Lester comes down, makes the play. Now 2nd and 6. Man, Babcock was so close to an interception there. What a dot from Kevin Jennings to know he can get that behind him. TJ Harden can't get in. 3rd and goal at the 3. We're going cover 3 sky. I like it. Great play! We stop them at the goal line, and they're going for it. We're going to go cover 3 sky again. And we're going to press everyone at the line of scrimmage in case they run it. They do not. It's in the flat, and they don't get it. They did not get that. There's no way. They didn't. They're at the 1. We turn it over on downs. What a start to this game after the pick. The defense picks up Paul Schofield. I'm worried. We're running the same play. I really don't love it, but I don't know what else to run. Just get Martin Johnson the football. There we go. 2nd and 4. A little bit more room now. We're going to give Martin Johnson a handoff. And that did not look good at all. Martin Johnson in the backfield so far hasn't really shown anything too crazy. Still interesting. Still working on it. Haven't tried the Wildcat that much. It's an RPO. And Cash Cheeks has all the room in the world. He's up to the 45-yard line. I cannot believe how much space he had. He doesn't have the speed, but that's a 48-yard catch. And now we're at the 45-yard line driving. It's been amazing. Martin Johnson in the flat. We're just going to actually go down. He still gets hit. It's going to be interesting. We're going to try in the 2-minute drill, putting Martin Johnson back there and see what happens. Not the craziest play in the world. Just a little flip out to Kenny Clay. Didn't really work. Going to keep Martin Johnson, by the way, at quarterback. They're going prevent, and immediately I knew what I was doing. We're going to go hurry up here. Keep them in that defense. And they're coming up on the ball, so this means potentially blitz. Oh, no! That was scary. Martin Johnson's taking a lot of hits. How bad is he hurt? He is hurt. All right, we got to stop letting him get hit this much. He throws it out in the flat to Cash Cheeks with the stiff arm. Gets out of bounds. That's huge. Great play to Martin Johnson. He's slippery in space, and we can call a timeout at the 14. Still a chance to score a touchdown in the first half and go up 14-0. Going to try a screen here. Martin Johnson, a little banged up. We got to look away from him. He's been amazing in this game. Screen out to Jose Kim. He has the terrible animation that I hate, where he spins around for 5 minutes, it seems like. Has no momentum going upfield. I don't know how to not get him to catch it like that. If anyone has suggestions on that, please let me know. Martin Johnson, I'm really not sure what we're doing here. Fake toss. That's a pick. That's a pick. We had... Wait, he might go to the crib! Alright. We had so much we could have done there, and instead I threw a pick. I don't want to talk about it, okay? Going to kick off to start the second half. We should be up 10-0, but I'll take 7-0. Yes, the true freshman has 2 picks, but at the same time, we have a touchdown. We're up 7-0. Not complaining. We're going to play cover 3 out of a cover 2 look. See what happens here. Maybe we confuse Kevin Jennings. He throws it out perfectly to the flat. Gets 7. We're trying to start just start confusing him a little bit. 2nd and 3. Great pancake and a good cut up field. Elijah Baldwin try to use his speed. It's a run. Babcock fills the run up perfectly. He is the perfect linebacker, man. There's no doubt about that. He truly is. He can do everything. Javon DeVoe, can he make the tackle? He does. It will be a 3rd and 2 here, and we will be blitzing. Cover 0, underneath, inside shaded. Babcock fills the run perfectly, and they give them the first. I thought it was a first, too. I just thought maybe the animation, he gets pulled back a little bit, but no. We're sending Coy Parrish on the blitz again. It's going to be an interesting look here. Could be a run with the 2 high shell we have. They actually throw it out wide. Get 4 on that play. SMU on this first drive to start the second half really hasn't done anything crazy. They're methodically moving the ball with their Heisman candidate, Kevin Jennings. They can't really run the football too well right now, but everything's going well for them because Kevin Jennings is making all the right reads, which some of the other quarterbacks in the All-Texas Conference haven't done against us. They've thrown some picks, especially Patrick Creighton Jr. last week. And now it is 3rd and 6, though, and we're going to send no blitz here. We're going to go cover 3, and he quick snaps us. What a veteran move. He's trying to audible, and I was just jolted by the fact he already snapped the football. He's 16 of 18. Just really methodically moving the football right now. I don't love it. Javon DeVoe, he's going to have to come out. He's been banged up a little bit here. We're going to put Jaden Wilson in. Oh, man. They're running the football right now. They're just running the football, making short reads, West Coast offense, and it's working. RPO on the outside, I see it. Can Jaden Wilson get there? He does. That's a great replacement right there for Javon DeVoe. He made a great play immediately coming in for the banged-up linebacker. Javon DeVoe is not hurt. I just don't love his wear and tear right now, and he's a true freshman. I want to make sure he has a good career ahead of him. Don't want to overuse him. Great run fit there by David Babcock. We're talking about a good linebacker core we have right now. And now I don't want match. I want cover 3 sky. And that's what we'll do here. Little zone coverage. And what happened? Why would they move away from that? And Kevin Jennings had it all day, and SMU ties the game. Just like that. It might be crazy, but we're trying it again, the Wildcat. I want to see how Martin Johnson does. And he's going to crib this. Martin Johnson immediately shows why this offense might be the perfect idea. He doesn't crib it. Oh, my God. They steal his thunder. Chambers, did you really have to hawk him down like DK Metcalf? Like, what are we doing, bro? Let me have my moment with Martin Johnson. There's a speed option. This time to Davis Jr. I don't love it, but it is what it is. He's going to get a touchdown here. Let's go. Martin Johnson needed a breather. I wanted to try to just get Martin Johnson the touchdown, but I'll take it either way. Martin Johnson now has 106 yards rushing in this game. He's giving me Tavon Austin vibes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited about this next season now. After finding out how to exactly work gadget receivers into the offense. And he shouldn't go anywhere for a couple years with his deal breaker. Maybe in a couple years, depending on how the conference plays out, his conference prestige is his deal breaker. So, great blitz. Coy Parrish. Kevin Jennings, though. That's a Heisman candidate for you. Kevin Jennings isn't the biggest quarterback, but he has heart. We send our best player on the blitz, strong safety Coy Parrish, and he just breaks that sack, gets the ball away. 2nd and 10 now. After that good play by Kevin Jennings, they run the football. Interesting play call. Pretty conservative with a Heisman quarterback. He's not a Heisman quarterback. Heisman finalist, should I say. For sure. He's going to be top 3 in voting this year. Maybe not if we can help it. Wheel route. It looks like Ashton Stamps has a pick. He doesn't go for the football! This is why I hate clicking on. I don't know what to say. Every time I click on, they just never turn around and try to make a play. I mean, he has house call. He has everything you want there. I'm thinking that's an easy pick, and instead, it's a catch. Good catch, don't get me wrong. Cooper made an amazing play there. Jaden Cooper, but still, should have not been caught. All right, after that ridiculous catch, it's 3rd and 3. We can still get him off the field here. Bringing the safety down. They're going to run the football. And we've seen it the whole way. David Babcock with the TFL. They're going to have to kick 3 here. And it's actually going to be the start of the 4th before they can even do that. So, we only need to bunker down for 1 more quarter, and we could be going to the All-Texas Conference Championship. I hope so. 4th and 6, and they're actually choosing to go for it because of the change in quarter. I don't hate it, honestly, considering their quarterback's how good he is. And that's actually going to be 6. Wow. What did I say? I didn't hate it, but I wasn't expecting 6, man. We have to play better defense than that. Trip Reardon with the touchdown. 4 catches, 45 yards, and a tug today. Tie ball game going into the 4th quarter now after that touchdown on 4th and 6. You obviously have a Heisman finalist in Kevin Jennings at quarterback for them. It's going to be a tough one. We're playing the Wildcat. We're trying different things. We're having Martin Johnson come out as a running back. He makes that catch. And his wear and tear has got to be pretty bad, so I want to try to start getting other people the football here. We're going to try Jose Kim here. Martin Johnson is pretty hurt. I don't love it. Jose Kim, lower the shoulder. Good freaking hit. No play action here. Martin Johnson out in the flat. He's getting hit a lot today. That's hammer. Yikes. Martin Johnson, 8 catches, 67 yards, and another 100 yards on the ground. Awasika now on that same look. Paul Schofield. He's covered. Awasika is going to have a chance at a ball here. And he makes the grab. Awasika is starting to form hands in front of our eyes. I can't believe it. This is a mismatch the whole way. You can just see the speed. He's getting separation, and he gets hit to make this catch. And he finally holds on. 3 guys hitting him. It doesn't matter. If he starts doing this at 6'5", it's over. I'm liking this Penn State playbook. I like all the motion. You can see if it is zone, if it's man. This one's zone. Martin Johnson. Paul Schofield so close to scrambling in there. RPO read flat and never fails here. At the 1. Here we go. And it failed. Why did I say that? Let's try this look. We're going to try cheeks in the flat here. Look back to Judah on his motion route, potentially. In the back of the end zone. Judah. He's there. Why can't I? He used the wrong button. He was triangle. And that's a sack. Sorry, boys. I sold that one. I'm pressing X for 5 minutes. That is not Paul Schofield's fault. Adrian Gonzalez is a true freshman, and this is blocked. And actually, they run into the kicker. This is such a fumble from SMU late in this game. Wow. That probably loses them the ball game here if we can just get 7. Cheeks, touchdown. Paul Schofield lasered that one in. I'm very scared. The defense has been okay today. In spots, they've given up big plays. In other spots, they've been amazing. Ashton Stamps could almost ice the game there if he makes a play on that ball. Instead, it's a deflection, and it's 2nd down. Really excited to see what happens here. Almost a pick. Instead, it's a catch. If Texas loses, or if Texas doesn't even need to lose, I'm pretty sure they're 9-2. So if SMU wins this game, they make the conference title game this year and play Texas A&M, which would be an awesome matchup. Lester comes down, makes the tackle. No one's there to help him. That would have been a first if he can't make that tackle. Instead, it's 2nd and 3. And I'm really excited. SMU is one of the best teams in the conference, and we're playing very well against them right now. It's very close, but now it's 3rd and 2. They're trying to stay alive. This could be a huge upset in this season. And Kevin Jennings, he's dotted up. Basically, every time SMU's needed Kevin Jennings to show up at quarterback, he's shown up on a down that was money. You needed it, and he gave it to you every time, so far. 1st and 10 at the 23. Play action. They go out wide to Jalen Cooper. He gets hit pretty hard there. Jalen Cooper has 6 catches, 77 yards, so he's been pretty effective today. It's now 1st and goal for SMU. They're driving, and Kevin Jennings, it's identical to a touchdown earlier in this game. They tie it up. We felt like that was coming, but man, this sucks. And it's now 1st and 10, 48 seconds left. See what happens. They're going... No. That was so bad. I don't even want to talk about what I was trying to do. So let's just go to the next down, shall we? 2nd and 10. Jose Kim potentially on a crosser, and he's open. Doesn't get much at all. It's only 3rd and 5. We're just going to do a mesh and hope someone stays open long enough to get the first. Because we have all 3 timeouts, we can... do we call a timeout here or what? I don't even know what to do. The clock runs. Yeah, I don't know. Probably timeout would have been the call there. We let 5 run off the clock. I'm basically Deion Sanders. Yup, terrible clock management. It looks like we're going to overtime. This has been... SMU's been crazy on this drive. We've had no chance. We're going to try to run the ball here. It should probably be Kenyon Clay back there, but Jose Kim is. He does lower the shoulder, and we will call a timeout. Awasika. It's a moon ball. Can he catch it? He cannot. This will be the final play. We're going to overtime, boys. 21-21. It's been a fun game. I'm excited. SMU wins the toss. They pick defense, of course. So, Paul Schofield will have a chance to show what he's made of on the road after all the haters watched him throw 4 interceptions and get benched on Halloween against A&M. And I think it might be interesting to come out in the Wildcat with Martin Johnson, but we're not. They're blitzing. Martin Johnson, he can't even get the ball off for a chance to get it to Martin Johnson. It's 2nd and 20, just like that, and Paul Schofield's hurt. It's a pick, isn't it? We're lucky it's not. The ball, swatted right to him. We're going to have to go for a George Awasika moon ball potentially here, and we are. George Awasika will have a chance at this, but it wasn't to the outside enough. We're going to have to kick a 52-yarder and hope we can make that, because if not, the game is over. Holy hell, this is fast. No. I don't know, boys. This is going to be tough. All right, lock in. Just need to drill this. And Gonzalez does just that! No, he doesn't. It was short. I wanted to have an amazing call. Instead, Gonzalez misses, and we lose the game, basically. We need the all-out blitz, I think, and hope for a sack, fumble, or a pick. We blitzed. Instead, it's a drag route, and Jalen Cooper gets a first down. Looks like SMU will take it. Man, this has been a fun game now. With all the true freshmen we have, man, this is just the start from us. I love what I'm watching right now. Especially that we found the playbook for our personnel with Martin Johnson, the gadget wide receiver. We're going to blitz again, hopefully for a sack, fumble, or an interception. Just rushes the throw or something. Instead, it's a pancake. And TJ Harden's at the 1. They do make the tackle. And are they going to go tush push here? No, they're going to go Wildcat. It's going to be a read option. And he's going to go, no, it's just a direct snap. And we stop him. I guess run up the middle. I don't know exactly what they're going to do here. No, that was great play. And they win it on that. Wow. I cannot believe that. It was a read option, and I thought we were there. I was holding my breath, hoping we could make the tackle. I knew they could just kick a field goal, but getting scored on there when they didn't even have to is sad. But we were in the game all the way until the end. SMU ends up pulling it out, and we will not be making the conference title game in year 2, sadly. But we will be the king of the All-Texas Conference eventually. At the conference champions for year 2, Oklahoma wins the Midwestern Conference over Nebraska 28-24. They're a top 10 team in the nation, 11-2. Went undefeated in the Midwestern Conference. UCLA is 13-0, undefeated, number 2 in the country, and they beat USC in the Pac-12 Conference Championship game 28-23. Boise State loses to Colorado, even though they're ranked. I'm kind of happy about that, considering what they did to us early on in the season. And here we go. The All-Texas Conference Championship, we just missed out on it. SMU gets in because of that win, and they almost won it. Very close. Texas A&M was definitely the cream of the crop this year in the All-Texas Conference. 25-17, and they're 12-1, number 7 in the country. Cincinnati gets it done in the MAC, 38-32 against Toledo. Memphis beats UAB handedly, 31-13. So far through 2 years, Penn State has owned the Northeastern Conference. Last year they beat Pitt to win the conference. This year they beat West Virginia, 34-31. Georgia has a banger match versus Alabama, 41-38. They win it, and they're SEC champions once again. Duke versus Miami for the ACC title, and Miami blows Duke out. I'm surprised about that. Usually Duke is amazing in sim in this game. And Ohio State, the number 1 team in the country, undefeated, and they took care of business in the conference title game, win the Big Ten 40-35 against Indiana. Looking at the national leaders for stats, Julian Sayin is one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. 49 touchdowns, 3 picks, 4,400 yards. That's amazing. You also have Josh Hoover, 4,200 yards, 24 touchdowns and 5 picks. Owen McCown's up there, 4,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 picks. And then you have Kevin Jennings coming in a little bit later down the line, but still, nationally, the quarterbacks in the All-Texas Conference are pretty good. You look at the rushing, and you're going to see TJ Harden is top 5. So SMU really did just have a great offense. 1,300 yards and 18 touchdowns. And then David Amador for UTSA with Owen McCown had a great season. 77 catches, 1,200 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Jeremiah Smith, look at those abilities. All platinum. He's just insane. Wow, I wish he would transfer. Now looking at the All-Texas Conference, Ecal Taylor leads in sacks this year and actually broke the record for single season sacks at UTEP with 12.5. That's amazing. He obviously had silver quick jump. Maybe he comes back for his senior season. I hope so. Also, you have Texas A&M's whole line basically being there. Trey Hall, DJ Hicks, and TJ Searcy all there. So that was just a nightmare on the road. No wonder we were sacked so much and threw so many picks. Obviously, TJ Harden is the best rusher. Quentin Joyner for Texas Tech is the second best, 1,100 yards. And there is only 5 rushers with 1,000 or more. Houston has one, Reuben Owens from Texas A&M, Cedric Alexander from Baylor, Quentin Joyner from Texas Tech, and TJ Harden from SMU. When you look at quarterbacks, Owen McCown is the best in the conference. Kind of crazy, 4,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But Kevin Jennings really is the best one with 3,900 yards, 37 touchdowns, and only 4 picks. He also rushes for 500 yards this year, and I'm not sure exactly how many touchdowns. But Holden Garner, honestly, the picks had to go down, but as a senior redshirt, he wasn't too bad. 3,700 yards and 28 touchdowns. Eli Morkos as well. And then you go to Paul Schofield. 29 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and 3,200 yards. Honestly, for a true freshman season, I'm taking that to the bank. Receiving, you also have Talon Shetron from Texas Tech, David Amador from UTSA, Mason Dossett from Baylor, Jalen Cooper from SMU, Kyle Baker, Chris Sturr Jr., we've seen him against Texas State. He was amazing. He had 1,000 yards. And Yamir Knight all had 1,000 yards. So SMU had 2,000-yard receivers, a Heisman candidate at quarterback, and a 1,300-yard rusher. Yes, that offense was potent. And they only scored 21 against us. Standings for the All-Texas Conference in year 2. And you're going to see that we're now a top 5 team in this conference. But what's fun is we have so much room to grow as a team with all these true freshmen. And also, there are so many teams still ahead of us to have to beat and overcome. Texas, Texas Tech, SMU, and Texas A&M all had better seasons than us. Texas A&M and SMU beat us, and really Texas A&M stomped us. So we really have a lot to prove in this conference, but still the improvement from year 1 to 2 was amazing. We played a lot of bad teams. Texas State, North Texas, UTSA, Rice, and Sam Houston all were on the schedule. We didn't have to play Baylor, Houston, or TCU. So we were lucky in that front, but still, this team has a lot of talent. I'm so excited to see what we get in the bowl game. We were a top 4 defense in the conference. That doesn't mean anything because next year we will have a whole new secondary with a lot of seniors leaving. And offensively, that's what's fun, is we had 6 of the 11 starters being true freshmen. So we should be a better offense after being a bottom 4 offense in year 2. Julian Sayin rightfully wins the Heisman. 49 touchdowns, 72% completion percentage, and 4,400 yards. Ohio State has to be proud of their quarterback. David Babcock, the true freshman linebacker for UTEP, We are proud of him, that's for sure. He wins the Chuck Bednarik Award as a true freshman with 4 interceptions, 1 deflection, 44 tackles. We'll look into his stats a little bit more. He doesn't just win that award. He also wins the Bronco Nagurski and also the Dick Butkus. I never looked at our stats for year 2, so I'll do that now. Paul Schofield, 3,200 yards, 68% completion percentage, 29 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. 4 of those came in one game against Texas A&M. So I think he has a lot of room to grow. I think if this is his floor, we have something on our hands. He has elite development with no skill caps, basically. He's going to be a beast. The ball was definitely disappointing, even though Kenyon Clay, when he had the ball in his hands, whether we passed it to him or ran the ball with him, it did show promise, but it didn't go anywhere. Stats-wise, only 278 yards on 76 carries. Lance Barnes had 40 carries. Martin Johnson got involved in the running game too late in the season. We finally found a playbook for next season, and he'll be a sophomore with an offseason to work, so it'll be amazing. This is what you want to see from a pocket passer. Almost 5 different players with 500 yards or more. 4 yards away from that. Kenyon Clay almost had 500 receiving yards as a running back. Jaylen Brown had 500 yards. George Awasika had 650 with 6 touchdowns. He's 6'5", only going to get better. Maybe his dev trait gets better. Martin Johnson, obviously we talked about him already. 4 touchdowns, 690 yards, and 63 catches. Led the team in catches. Cash Cheeks, we're going to miss him. The most touchdowns on the team with 10, 6'7", 196, pretty slim, but very fast. 56 catches as well. Just a safety valve for the young quarterback, Paul Schofield. David Babcock won 3 different awards with 4 interceptions, 2 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, and 44 solo tackles as a true freshman linebacker. This is just the beginning. He will definitely be upgrading his dev trait. With Ashton Stamps and Coy Parrish probably going to the NFL and Charles Lester potentially transferring, we have a lot of production to replace in the secondary. Can you believe that we made the national championship game in year 2? No, I'm not talking about the college football playoff national championship game. I'm talking about the Pop-Tart Bowl, baby. In 25 or 26, I've never gotten to play this bowl game in this game, and I'm so happy to have finally pulled it in 26. I heard they made updates to the presentation for this bowl game, and in my opinion, this is bigger than the national championship. If you guys are excited for the Pop-Tart Bowl, leave a like on this video, leave a comment in the comment section. I'm always open to new suggestions as a new content creator. I'm trying to get better every day, and I really do appreciate everyone's support on the channel so far. Thank you guys. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers, so if you could leave a sub, it'd be greatly appreciated. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See ya.